Happy New Year from your friendly flight attendant. It's been a while, so let's talk about it. So you guys, if you have honestly stuck around and been subscribed for this long, thank you for sticking around. But y'all know that I started this YouTube channel a while ago, just making kind of day in my life type content because I thought it was fun and I just really enjoy being creative and creating videos and content. And then I stopped because I got the flight attendant job, went to training, my life got crazy. Then I started again, and then we stopped again because again, I wanted to produce quality content and I felt very much under a time crunch. I wasn't able to plan as well as I wanted, but I'm a couple months into the job, almost 6 months of flying now, and I have got a handle on my schedule pretty well, what's going on, and so I feel ready to jump back into making consistent content, consistent videos for you guys, and also I feel better in control of editing and kind of what I want to do aesthetically, if you will, with the channel. So before I dive into my 2023 updates on what you can expect from me, let's recap a little bit of 2022. So 2022 was a crazy year. It was one of the best years thus far for me. And I say that because I, for the first time, feel like I truly found myself. And I found what I wanted to do, I found what I love, and I am living a life that I've wanted to live for a very long time. Beginning of 2022, as a little recap, I was in ministry school. I was really plugged in with my church. But honestly, about halfway through the first couple months of 2022, through my second semester of ministry school, I had just kind of figured out that I did not think that that was going to be my long-term thing. I kind of figured out it's not what I wanted to do. I thought going in that I really felt called and that I wanted to be in full-time ministry, and then I realized that's not what I wanted to do, and I decided to withdraw and take a step back and apply to be a flight attendant, which, okay, I know the air cut on, but I have 45 minutes until my van time to go to the airport, and I want to make this video here, so I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to roll with it. Anyways, I was in ministry school. I decided to withdraw because I felt like it wasn't, I knew it was not what I wanted to do. And I saw a video about being a flight attendant. I knew that it marked every single box of a dream job that I had, and I decided to apply and I got it. And in June, I packed up everything and moved away and went to Salt Lake City for training for a month, and then I got based in Denver, flew back home to Alabama, basically packed up a suitcase and moved to Denver at the end of July. And it has been the absolute best choice that I've ever made, the best adventure. I'm so happy that I took the opportunity that I did and ran with it because it has changed my life. I feel like I have found myself. I am living more true to myself than I ever have and just having an absolute blast. So some of my favorite adventures of 2022 was my first solo trip. I went to San Francisco for 2 days. I had never really done it. I've been places by myself, but never really done like an official solo travel by myself, plan, go, come back kind of thing. And I did that, and I went to San Francisco, had a blast. I got to visit New York City for the first time in my life, and if you know me, I've wanted to live in New York City since I was like in middle school, okay? Like, it's something serious. I've always wanted to go. I got to go in October for the first time, and just standing in Times Square, it was a whole experience for me, for sure. It was like the best day. I had so much fun and just felt so blessed. And then in October, I got to go visit family in Canada I haven't seen in years. That was incredible. I got to visit Canada for the second time in my life. And then I just in December took a 24-hour trip with 2 other flight attendant friends of mine to Boston. We flew to Boston, explored the city, went to a concert, flew back early the next morning. What a blast, what a fun time. And then thank you crew support, I got to spend my New Year's Eve downtown Nashville, and it was so fun to ring in the new year in Nashville. I mean, what more could you ask for? So those are just some of my memorable 2022 adventures, so to speak. And now let's get into what you're gonna see from me in 2023. So I feel like the cliche is like the new year, new me, but honestly, this is the year that, like I said, 2022 is for the first time in my life when I truly like found myself and decided to just live authentically me. Not try to live up to anyone else's expectations of what they thought I should be doing. You know, just be me. And I'm excited to take that into 2023. So I wouldn't say new me, but I would say this is the first year I'm truly wholly living as myself. Starting the year, I am going to consistently make content here on YouTube. This is going to be travel and lifestyle. So if you want to see travel and lifestyle content, you're in the right place. We're going to be vlogging my work trips. I'm going to be vlogging fun trips. I'm going to be talking about my lifestyle in Denver and beyond. If I decide to stay in Denver, if I decide to move, what I'm doing, whatever it may be. So I am bringing you guys along for everything. So you're going to see my life, you're going to see my travels, my adventures, and I am super excited to share all of it with you guys. If you didn't know, I also used to have a podcast. It was a faith-based podcast when I was in Alabama within my church. I did a couple episodes, and I loved doing podcasts. I love my podcast, so I'm bringing it back. We are revamping it a little bit. So it was originally called Seek and Find, and I am keeping the name. That name still means a lot to me, and I want to keep it, and so it's going to be Seek and Find still. But I'm going to be talking, again, about travel and lifestyle. I probably will include some faith-based things in there, and that's a conversation for a different day. But just, if you're interested, if you like podcasts, I will leave the link. It's on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So if you want to go follow a podcast, just go follow it in the link below, and I will be updating that hopefully very soon. So finally, if you guys like more behind the scenes content, because obviously YouTube is more edited, podcasts are a little more edited, but if you guys like day-to-day behind the scenes kind of stuff, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I will also be linking those below. I post a lot on my Instagram stories and on my TikTok, so if you guys are interested in seeing kind of more short-term, less edited things, then you can go to those places. I post pictures of my trips from the places that I go, and I also post a lot of behind the scenes, day-to-day vlog type stories on both TikTok and Instagram, so you guys can go follow me on there if you want to see that. To wrap up this video, I want to be very transparent about two things. The first of which is, I mentioned this a little earlier in the video, but the first thing I want to be transparent about is that for a long time I really tried to live up to people's expectations of me and what they thought I should be, even right before I became a flight attendant. And I decided at the end of 2022 I was not going to do that anymore. Like I said, 2022 is the year that I really took time to find myself and who I am and who I want to be, and that's what I'm going to be on this channel. So I haven't changed necessarily, I've just been more myself, and I want to be authentic and real about that and who I am, and I'm not going to try to be somebody I'm not. I'm just going to be me. Another thing is that I feel like a lot of times people glamorize this travel and lifestyle type content life niche, if you will. And not just the idea of being a flight attendant, because I feel like the job of a flight attendant is also very glamorized, but just the lifestyle in general of travel and this, like I said, niche of content. It's not always glamorous. There's a lot of days that it's not glamorous. Yesterday was one of those days, but I'm not gonna go that story. But I just want to be authentic. I'm going to show you guys all sides of it. There are glamorous parts of the job. There's glamorous parts of the travel and lifestyle content niche area, if you will, on social media, especially with like so many influencers now. But I'm going to show you guys all sides of it. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to show you the glamorous days and the good days, and I'm going to show you the bad days, because there are a lot of those too. Even with all of that being said, 100% the pros outweigh the cons for me. I love what I get to do. I am most days excited to go to work. I get really tired, I get grumpy sometimes, but I love what I get to do, and I feel very blessed and very lucky to get to do it. And if you're interested in this kind of content, please make sure to subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. Follow me. I've got my podcast, Instagram, and TikTok all linked below if you want to follow those. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day wherever you're watching this, and I can't wait to make more content.